It's the beginning of March, and so we're doing a market update. We're going to take a look at the market trends from January to February. Stick around. Hi, welcome back. My name's Joe Brown. I'm a real estate agent with Century 21, List with Beggins, located in South Tampa. Thank you so much for being here with me. So, if you've been with me, you know at the start of each month, I want to take a look back at the previous month and compare it to, maybe two months trends to see what's happening, right? To see if we can predict the future. We can't, but just to see what trends are out there. And just as a reminder, if you're new, I look at the 5 zip codes of South Tampa. So that's 33606, 33609, 33611, 33616, and 33629. Those 5 zip codes. And really, those 5 zip codes are the peninsula of Tampa. So let me adjust the camera so I have room for my handy-dandy chart, okay? Should only be like a blink of an eye to you. How about that? Was that a quick blink? So here we go. And again, we're looking at January to February. And I hope you can understand how some of these trends follow. So take a look at active listings. Active listings are down. And not only for this month, I want to say this is the 3rd or 4th month in a row that active listings are down. And I'll speak to that in just a second here. How about new listings? Listings new to the, what do you see? New listings are down as well. However, they're 251. And if you've been with me, you might remember I say the average for the year is about 250 a month. So I would say we're on average for the year 250. Days to sell. So when somebody puts their house on the market, how long does it take to sell? And we're about 58 days. So, figure 2 months on the market. Sales. What happened to sales? Yes, sales went up, which is exciting for sellers. It's exciting for buyers. But let's think about this, right? Active listings is down. New listings are down. Sales are up. So what does that do to inventory? Yeah, inventory goes down, and you'll see that as we jump down to months of inventory, it's gone down because sales went up, but listings have gone down. Take a look at median sales price, and I'm going to talk more about this in a few minutes, but median sales price is at $650,000. So out of the 165 homes that sold in February, the median sales price was $650,000. And let me just remind everybody, go back to your math class. Median means it's in the middle. Average, you take everything, add it all up, divide by the count. Median it's right in the middle. So the median is 650. Some homes sold more than that. Some homes sold less. So just keep that in mind. This is the median sales price. How about ratio? And I think this is a truer reflection of the pricing and strategic pricing. And you can see we're still about 93%, right? We went from 93.9 to 93.2. So about 93% of the original ask price, right? So I keep saying if I put my house on the market for $500,000 and I'm going to sell it for 93% of that, it'll be about $465,000, right? So that's kind of what this number is talking about. Months of inventory I talked about, you can see we're down to 5 months, right? Just because we have more sales, fewer inventory. You get months of supply, months of inventory, because you look at the supply, which is active listings, and divide by how many sales per month. And you assume that no new inventory comes on the market and sales continue at that rate. And that gives you the months of inventory. Now, what that means for buyers, let's talk about buyers. Well, let's first talk about sellers, okay? So for a seller, if months of inventory has shrunk, then the days to sell is going to shrink as well. So we're at 58 days, 59 days. So this is a trend I want to track, right? If months of inventory is shrinking, does the days to sell shrink as well? That's for sellers. For buyers, that means there's more activity, more buyers coming into the market. That's the demand number because sales have gone up. And because of that, home prices could increase. So that's, again, that's a trend we're going to watch. And you can say, but Joe, you say home prices may increase, but look at median sales price. You know what? That's a great idea. Let's take a look at median sales price, because if you've been with me, I say it's hard to read anything into median sales price because we don't know the condition of the home, the age of the home, the location of the home. Are they townhouse or condos or what? We don't know that. Well, today I'm going to share some of that with you. So out of the 165 homes that sold, have to turn my sheet around, 47 were condos. So out of the 165, 47 were condos. So that's 25%. 100 of those were single-family homes. Then you had 17 townhomes. Here's something that really surprised me. Out of the 165 homes, 68 sold for cash. I was really shocked by that. 68, so less than 1/3 of the homes sold for cash. And then there were 9 VA loans. Then the rest were conventional loans. So some interesting trends. I wanted to share this because typically, condos are less expensive than single-family homes. Townhomes are typically less expensive than single-family homes. So we have 64 homes that sold that were condos or townhomes. So that skews the median sales price, right? Now, yes, I know there are condos that are selling for $5 million. But just overall, the number of condos and townhomes affects the median sales price. That's why I say you can't read too much into the median sales price because it's just those homes that sold that month. So anyway, mortgage rates, new rates are going to be announced. Well, they were announced yesterday, but rates are at the lowest they've been in 3 years. And there's some changes with homeowners insurance. So there's more activity into the market. There's more drive for buyers to come into the market. We're entering the spring season, which, again, typically, historically, has been active for buyers and sellers. because families want to get into the new area for the new school. So anywhere from March till August, maybe even early September, we're going to see an increase in sales. So listen, if you're thinking about selling your house or you're looking to buy a house, reach out to me. Go to my website, joebrownc21.com. You can search for homes. You can create your custom search. There's a financial calculator. You can figure out the payments. My other website that's here is joebrown.live, where I have blogs on many topics, such as, are you ready to buy a house, or how do you sell in 2026? So go to joebrown.live, look under blogs. Oh, also look under monthly newsletters. This month's newsletter has a very interesting, it's on page 2, graph and data about how this change in mortgage rates affects a buyer's purchasing power. So that's at joebrown.live under monthly newsletters. Anyway, thank you so much for being here with me today. I want to be your trusted advisor, so reach out to me if you think I can help, okay? Until next week, take care.